Long Life Church devotional series where we cover the entire Bible in 20 months. Well, today's chapters are Ezekiel 18 and 19. Now, in Ezekiel 18, we introduced to the idea of the sins of the father being visited to the third and the fourth generation. You'll remember that from Exodus 20. Moses said, if you sin, the consequences of your sin will be seen in your children and your grandchildren and your great-grandchildren. Now, I remember a couple of years ago, someone in our church had been on a deliverance course somewhere and come back really perplexed because they had made them draw a family tree and then write the names of their ancestors in the family tree and then try to discern the sins of those ancestors to come to understanding why they were struggling with certain issues. So in other words, if your great-grandfather was an adulterer, maybe you'll be battling with lust issues. I mean, I had to sit down with that family and say, look, let me take you not only to the New Testament to show you that the curse of your ancestors has been taken to the tree, taken to the cross. But let's just go to Ezekiel 18, the text today. This is what he says. Now, he says, suppose a man is righteous and does what is right. What I'm standing next to here is our birthday record of our family. All our different people of our family are on this record. So here's a man, a righteous man. He does what is just and he does what is right. He does not eat at mountain shrines. He doesn't take idols as their gods, all sorts of things. He doesn't do those things. Such a person will surely live. This is the declaration of the Lord. But say he has a violent son. And that son doesn't do what's right. He takes idols. He abuses people. God says, will he live? He will not live. He has committed all these detestable acts. He will surely die. Now suppose he has a son that sees what his wicked father has done, but he decides not to do them, and he is righteous. Now, such a person will not die, it says in verse 16, for his father's sin, he will surely live. As for the father, he will die for his own iniquity because he's practiced fraud and robbery, etc., etc. But you ask, why doesn't the son suffer the punishment for the father's iniquity? Because he was obviously referring to Exodus 20 here. Since the son has done what is just and right, careful to observe all my statutes, he will certainly live. But if the wicked person turns from all his sin he's committed and keeps my statutes and does what is right, he will certainly live. And so basically he's saying that the person who sins dies. In Ezekiel, Proverbs 26 put it this way, like a fluttering sparrow and a darting swallow, an undeserved curse does not come to rest. So the question then is, am I deserving of the curse of my grandfather and my great-grandfather? Now, cursed is everyone who is hung on a tree. Jesus was hung on a tree. Jesus has taken the curse for me. I can testify this to you. I come from a long line of Scottish spiritualists, actually. My grandfather's father and my grandmother's father's father, they all dabbled in the occult. Now, those sins are not visited on me. Why? Because the cross of Christ has broken it, has cut them. And so this is an incredible chapter. It sets people free from the fear of wondering whether they cursed by a family who didn't live righteously. That's what this chapter is all about. Now, Ezekiel 19 basically describes how leaders have a huge impact on their followers. People become like their leaders. And then they use two analogies here, that of a lion and of a vine, to describe the leaders of Israel. And he basically puts it like a grave, a mourning dirge, if you like. And he basically puts it this way. He says that Israel has been a fruitful vine that's produced many kings who've rebelled against God. And so they've been transplanted. This vine has been transplanted because of what they have done. Had the nation of Israel obeyed God, it would have remained a mighty lion. It's mixing these metaphors, and a fruitful vine that would have been brought glory to the name of the Lord. But they didn't. They disobeyed him. Fortunately, Jesus comes. God brings Jesus, incarnation, brings him to the earth, and he becomes the Lion of the tribe of Judah, Revelation 5:5. And he becomes the true vine, John 15:1. So what the kings of Israel were not able to do, Jesus was able to do. The roaring Lion of Judah and the true vine that we are grafted into. Ezekiel 18 and 19.